Good afternoon. Welcome to the Club de Rugby Ateneo Immaculada for the final match on match day 3 here in Santa Fe. We've already seen some sparkling rugby here today, and we're ready to welcome England and Australia for a fitting crescendo to proceedings. Plenty of support for both sides and humid conditions, a touch of sprinkling rain around. It has been a brilliant day for rugby though, and plenty to come. Let's take a look at the pools. Pool A in Argentina. They have beaten France and wrapped up a semi-final spot. The hosts through to the business end of the World Rugby U20 Championships. Let's take a look at Pool B, and it is the Aussies already through to the semi-finals in Pool B. Obviously, Ireland getting a big win over Italy earlier this morning here in Santa Fe. The English taking on the Aussies next. And Pool C, South Africa and New Zealand getting set to go head-to-head for that other spot in the semi-finals. Georgia, a big win over Scotland, an upset. The Aussie fans out here in force. England v Australia, a long and storied history of sporting rivalry between these two nations, and today they clash at the Under-20 World Championships. I'm Andrew Swain. Sean Holly joins me. Sean, these two sides have had vastly different build-ups to this day. Yeah, as we watch the coin toss, Andrew, England probably would have really fancied themselves coming into this. 2 losses, one loss and an unconvincing win against Italy in the last round. As for Australia, off the back of their Oceania win, 2 from 2, and really looking good for a big semi-final coming up. So intriguing counter. England looking to avoid a bottom 4 spot today. Let's take a look at the team sheets today, and England first up. A few changes back from their match in the last one against Italy. Yeah, they brought some big boys back. 7 changes to the starting 15 they played against Italy. Look out for Hayes at 3 and Kapoku in the second row. Capstick was everywhere in the game against Italy. Vunipola back in the back line as well. He'll control proceedings from the 10 jersey. The Australian team, 5 changes to their side. Yeah, Angus Bell was brilliant for me in the first 2 games at loose head prop. We've got young Henry Robertson coming in at scrum half, and Harrison, well, he was pretty emphatic in the last game also. McCrate has been fantastic. Tougher in at number 8 as well in the back row. Here's a look at the replacements, and 16, 17 and 18, they are the front row replacements, and you can pick 5 more anywhere down to number 28. Yeah, Seabrook on the wing for England has featured in the first 2. Watch out for Willis coming off the bench. Plenty of depth on the Australian bench. Australia and England enter the field of play here in Santa Fe. A long and storied history of sporting rivalry between these two sides. And we are set for the final clash of match day 3 here in Santa Fe. Sean Holly, what a great way to end the day. Yeah, it's been a brilliant day, but the weather has changed. Glorious sunshine in Santa Fe. And all of a sudden, cloud cover, rain potentially in the air, and the wind has sort of picked up. I don't know if viewers get a look at the flags, but this is a big one. Australia jockeying for position is who they play in the semi-final. England, a lot of pride to salvage after 2 mediocre performances. Can complacency creep into the Australian team, knowing that they're going to play in the semi-finals already? Maybe, but there's enough experience in their team from the first 2 games to keep the roll going. Yeah, there's a lot of smiles on those junior Wallabies. As for England, well, probably a tense camp, looking to sort of redress the balance. Intriguing encounter this one, Andrew. Yeah, if England lose badly, they could be playing in that relegation playoff, so it is pressure time here in Santa Fe. Yeah, Georgia winning against Scotland has really put a spanner in the works, if you like. England have to do well today. All right, let's get set for the anthems.
Damas y caballeros, pedimos su silencio y respeto. Nos ponemos de pie para entonar las estrofas de los himnos nacionales de los seleccionados. Primeramente, escucharemos el himno nacional de Inglaterra. Ahora escucharemos el himno nacional de Australia.
Terrific rendition of the anthems here in Santa Fe as we get a look at the two sides. England first up, Sean Holly.
Yeah, Vunipola back at 10. He was a bit of a goal-kicking machine in round one. And Hodge on the left wing moves from full-back to Glanville back to that position. Now Hinckley's figured in the first two games. Russ Tuima, the big ball carrier, number 8.
And the Aussie team, 5 changes to their starting side.
Yeah, McCraith has been inspirational for me as a leader at 7. Taffer's in at 8. Frost in at 4 after his 2-try performance against Ireland. But Harrison will pull the strings at 10. And Alessio is the danger man at inside centre.
Isaac Lucas at fullback as well. He's been outstanding in the first 2 clashes at the Under-20s World Champs. Here's a look at the replacements.
Yeah, plenty of depth on both sides. Look for Doherty, had a good game in the last one. Ollie Fox, the scrum half from Bath, didn't figure in the second game. But in the Australian bench, a wealth of talent to use for the coaching team. Jason Gilmore will be hungry for 3 from 3.
Craig Evans from Wales takes the whistle today. And he will be in control of this one. The officials have had a wonderful tournament thus far. So we're almost set for the final match of match day 3. Manu Vunipola going to get things started. Noel Alessio has been prominent in the opening 2 matches for the Aussies.
Yeah, Alessio has been strong. Semesi Tupou on the bench today. He's been good at 13. Young Joey Walton, the Randwick product, for his first appearance of the champion in at 13. Looking forward to seeing him.
Plenty of talent across both sides here today, but the Aussies have been in sparkling form the first 2 matches.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Comienza el partido entre
England v Australia. And Tui takes the kickoff for Australia. The Junior Wallabies already have a semi-final spot wrapped up. They want to keep the foot on the throat as Angus Bell takes it for a carry. He was very busy in the last match, and Harrison will clear. And running it straight back to Glanville. Tackle over the top. Coming from Tafa. Vunipola flat ball to Kapoku. He's wrapped up by the Aussie second rower, Hosea. Manu Vunipola, they changed the direction, and Kenny over the advantage line. Vunipola holds it up at the line for Capon. Quick ball. The back to Dingwall. Dingwall slips it to Hodge. He's well met by Joey Walton. A big tackle from the Aussie outside centre.
Well, what a cover tackle. A first intervention from Walton. But England starting really brightly.
Good continuity here from the English. Kapoku. Bit of a mismatch in size there on Walton, but he brought him to the ground. Capon. Aussies happy to sit back and defend here as Hinckley runs it into contact. They have a penalty advantage, England. Vunipola, shaped to pass, beats the first couple of tackles, slips out of another. Manu Vunipola. Hayes, 127 kilos of Joe Hayes. Little chip over the top from Maunda, but it's been taken in the end goal by Tui. Will come back for the penalty.
Oh, surprised at Sam Maunda's decision to kick that across there.
We've got a TMO check.
Craig Evans has seen the incident, but it will check with Hawkeye.
Is that going to go to the screen?
Yes, it's a possible danger, possible foul play. It's a high tackle.
So Santiago Borsani, the
We'll
television
put
match
it in a big
official.
screen in a few seconds.
Bit of a jog for Craig Evans of Wales to the big screen. But a good start from England, really put in the junior Wallabies under pressure. Steve Bakes will be happy with that.
2 minutes of sustained pressure. Craig Evans, the decision on his hands.
It's coming. Slow motion, number 8. We'll show you another point of. This is a point of contact. We'll show you another angle.
It's line ball here.
Boom, shoulder into the chin.
This is another angle. That's a point of contact. This is our best angle. I will show it now in real time.
Tafa,
One more time.
the man under the microscope
in real
here.
time.
Okay, Santi, let me explain to you what I'm seeing and correct me if I'm wrong. I've got 8 goals with high contact against the white number 7. Looking at the angles you've shown me, the initial contact is with the shoulder to the throat, head area of white number 7. It's a high degree of danger. It's a shoulder charge, yeah. And I don't see any mitigating factor there other than to go red card.
Agree.
You agree? Okay, Santi, just get a mark and a call over 8 goals and explain exactly what's happening.
Wow, what a revelation this early in the game.
2 minutes in.
Middle of 22 meters line, 10 meters on your left,
Okay.
the post.
Clear process from Craig Evans. No mitigating circumstances. The player wasn't
8
falling,
goals
tripped or slipped.
and captain, please.
And it's a shoulder to the head area. High level of danger.
Okay.
He's off.
It's quite clear from the camera footage that you performed a high tackle. It's been direct contact with your shoulder to the neck or head of the white player. It's a high degree of danger, no mitigating circumstances. That's a red card.
Wow. So a big blow for the junior Wallabies. 2 minutes in.
Standing for the mark.
They'll have to play pretty much the full 80
You're on
minutes
the mark.
with
You're on the
14 men.
mark. Great.
Yeah, implications for the game, yes, Andrew, but Australia already into the semi-final. It'd be more about how it takes its toll on the Australian players for their next game. And now straight away England smelling blood and going for the set piece.
Okay, sir. Yeah.
Yeah, we see it. Hinckley isn't tipping himself. He's not slipped or pushed or tripped into the
First grab,
contact.
lads.
Patrick Taffer hasn't lowered his body height, hasn't dropped his knees to tackle lower. That's a straight red card these days.
We've seen a couple in this tournament already. There's a couple in the France-Argentina game a little bit earlier.
Bind.
Of course, Australia played against a 14-man Ireland for a good 60 minutes to get their victory.
Yeah, of course, Ireland went into the lead, so it's not all doom and gloom for the Junior Wallabies, but it's a tough ask with an England team that's fired up to prove everybody wrong.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Hold it.
The air is tense here in Santa Fe as the England side looking to get a drive on now, and they do. Their set piece is strong. The arm goes out, penalty.
Oh, straight it down the man in the pack. Taffer off of the red card, and
One goal.
Fraser Dingwall choosing to go for the scrum. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes again and force the issue on the Junior Wallabies. England tails it right up here.
Yeah, pressure against you. The pressure come on, you turn them and across.
They've had a pretty tough tournament thus far, the England side. A win, a narrow win and a pretty big loss to Ireland. So this is really for pride today.
Of course, danger all around here. You'll see Vunipola and de Glanville directly behind the scrum, indicating they could go either way. There's no 8 in the boot for the Junior Wallabies, so a big role to play for Henry Robertson at 9.
Bind. Set.
Yep, the I formation from the England side. Going to keep it in. Try and get a drive on once again. Aussies looking to hold. This time they break away. And straightening up is the captain. He's over. Dingwall scores the first try for England. They strike early in Santa Fe.
A double blow for the Junior Wallabies. A red card for number 8, Patrick Taffer. Under the pump in the scrum from England. And then the captain, Fraser Dingwall of Northampton, rides over from a pass from Sam Maunder. And England with the best start they could possibly have wanted. You see the scrum was under pressure, it was penalty advantage. Maunder went off, Dingwall came short, McGrath couldn't hold him. He spins in the contact. And the centre does well to spin in the tackle, get the ball down. England take the lead.
Clear, Craig.
Thank you, Santi.
Running a very flat line, Fraser Dingwall. And straightened up. Couldn't. Fraser McGrath did his best to spin him over, but Dingwall too strong. And Hodge has the first shot at goal. Kicked in the last match for England, Josh Hodge.
Yeah, kicked the decisive penalty at the end, as well as 3 conversions.
Looking to make it 7 points to 0. Flags go up. England in the lead here in Santa Fe.
Our head coach, Steve Bates, will be absolutely delighted with his charges. Craig Evans there of Wales, very calm and composed in his process in the decision-making of both the red card and that try.
Harrison puts it down into the 22. De Glanville runs it back for England. Looking to set up some forward runners now, this England team. Ted Hill, it's been turned over though, and it is that man, Fraser McGrath. He's made more turnovers than anyone in this tournament. And Lolesio down the short side for Australia, the Junior Wallabies looking to hit right back. Hosea, shirt fronted. Inside the 22, Robertson stands over it. Lucas. Nasser driving his way into the 22. Robertson comes back the other way. Bell chews off another couple of meters. Robertson, Wilson charging onto it. Quick ball. Harrison stepping, gets caught. Frost scored a couple of sparkling tries in the match against Ireland. He gets rewarded with a start as Wilson comes around the corner. Lucas straightening again, runs into the shoulder of Joel Kapoku. Counter-ruck coming from England now, and they've turned it over. They sustained the pressure from the Aussies, and they've come away with the turnover.
Well, this is what we're going to see with 14 men. The Australian team are going to have to work really hard to get around the corner, win those rucks.
Tuima, the biggest of the men on the field. Maunda looking for his big forward runners, and now will shape the kick.
Use it.
He goes high. Coming forward is Harrison, and it pops into the hands of Ollie Slightholme, who runs away. A mistake from the Junior Wallabies. Under the high ball, Slightholme dives on it and runs the length.
Well, it was an easy run in the end for Ollie Slightholme. 2 tries in the first game against Ireland. But it was the kick and the chase and the pressure that caused the mistake from the Junior Wallabies. There it is, Harrison was so good in the last game. An unforced error, and Ollie Slightholme, whose dad played 12 times for England, gets his 3rd try of the championships. What a start for England.
2 tries inside the first 10 minutes and a red card. An eventful opening 10. Hodge with a easy little chip shot to make it 14 points to 0 against a 14-man Aussie team. Chips it over. 2 tries, 2 converted tries to 0.
Well, we've waxed lyrical about the Australian team, but England are really putting them to the sword early on. Ollie Slightholme, a real winger's try, a poacher's try. And all the plaudits we've had for the Junior Wallabies, we'll see what they're made of now.
Harrison kicks an awkward one, and it'll find touch inside the 22.
Well, very lax from Tom de Glanville, a fullback.
It'll be an England throw. Will Capon. Plenty of firepower across the park for the Junior Wallabies, but they're going to be under the pump today. And it's been picked off. Frost with a line-out win, and McWright puts down the hammer and runs it into the 22. Got the offload away, a bounce pass to Harrison. Offload to Lolesio, and the Junior Wallabies hit back. Sparkling play from the Aussies.
Well, I said we'd see what the Junior Wallabies were made of, and there's the answer. Great all-round play, a steal from the line-out. McWright is led from the front all tournament. He takes it through offloads. Harrison frees his arms, and Lolesio goes under the post.
He got a try against Italy, Noah Lolesio, and ran on to a perfect out the back of the hand pass from Harrison.
Freed his arms, Harrison, didn't he?
Harrison, he chips it over, and it is 14 points to 7. We've got a shootout here in Santa Fe.
Well, it's going to be a long 70 minutes for the Australian team, but there's McWright's carry. He managed to squeeze it out, but Harrison freed his arms. And this man, Lolesio, played in all 3 of the Oceania Championship matches. Try against Italy now, another try against England.
His cousin is All Black Francis Saili, Noah Lolesio, and England, a mistake off the kickoff. They were in front of the kicker, so it'll be a Wallabies put into the scrum.
Wow, how the game ebbs and flows. A second error on the bounce from England to Glanville. Ball went into touch over his head. Now a poor restart. Very often losing a player so early to a red card can galvanise a team. Clearly a bit shell-shocked from that England start, but they're back in it now.
England dominating possession and territory marginally in the first 12 minutes. A couple of hammer blows to start from England.
Crouch.
2 tries and a red card to the Aussies.
Bind. Set.
Aussies want to get this out quickly. Robertson does so. Harris.
Didn't touch the ball.
Flat. And Tui putting on a bit of footwork. Carrying it in high. The Aussies into contact. Alessio at first receiver, drops it back on the angle to Angus Bell. Robertson, quick fire.
Held.
Walton has to pick it up. The pressure coming from the England side. The counter ruck. Wilson. Lucas. Flat ball out wide to Joe Cotton. Needed to shift it on. He had Nwanganita Wasi unmarked on his outside. Wilson again. Lucas to Frost. Chopped in the tackle, and the turnover from Redpath is good, and Hodge sets off downfield and puts the kick in. It's a lovely kick too. Just takes a nice little leg break into touch.
Well, whether he wanted that to happen, Andrew, or not, we'll never find out.
England.
And it stayed in play, it would have been a foot race, but he's impressed, Hodge, both games. But again, it just goes to show the numbers at the tackle area is going to be vital for the junior Wallabies as England look to counter-ruck and Jackal to steal the ball.
Joe Cotton gets his first start of the tournament, and the Aussies can't reel that one in, so a chance here for England once again. And Hayes met in a solid tackle. Now Hill. Wanda goes quickly, and Capstick twisting onto it. Quick ball, big tackle though in the midfield. And the turnover is good. Some defensive pressure. It was the captain, Dingwall, running it into an Aussie double team.
Well, they were waiting for him that time. He ran a similar line for England's first try. But the junior Wallabies lined him up on that occasion and turned over. And that's what you need, a man down on your own line. Big tackles, and then people like your captain McRoy over the ball.
Harrison puts it out on the 22.
England.
Aussies will need to go 80 metres here to level things up. Just need to settle it down.
You can see we're blindsided here. Dingwall comes in. It's Harrison and Hosea in tandem, and it's the little fly half that gets over the ball. Well, that's added value for you.
Tui running it off the fly half. Harrison, who was under all sorts of pressure. Now they shift it along to Wilson, who kicks it downfield, and it's bouncing awkwardly into the 22. De Glanville is back there. Frost making good meters to put him under pressure. They play on quickly, the Aussies. Lucas looking to attack from the back. Slips the pass away to Nwanganita Wasi, who's off down the sideline. Slips it to Lucas, who runs away for the Aussies' second try. What a counter-attack.
Brilliant! Just brilliant from the junior Wallabies. You'd think the man down, they'd want to take the line out. Had a little bit of a break, but no chance. The quick line out came in. Across to Isaac Lucas. Apologies to our viewers, any choice language, but this guy has shown all tournament how dangerous he is. He gets it into Nwanganita Wasi.
All clear, great.
His inside had Lucas for his second touch. And what a brilliant try from the junior Wallabies.
Isaac Lucas, a couple of try assists against Italy, a try against Ireland, a try against England. He's become one of the players of the tournament thus far. He started that and finished it.
Well, England can't get complacent. When that ball is loose or goes into touch.
Thank you.
Brilliant counter-attack from the Australian team.
Such a danger man, Isaac Lucas. Harrison. Looks to add the extras. It just goes across the face, so it'll be 14 points to 12. Junior Wallabies have put themselves right back in this after going down 14-0 early.
Now Angelito Wase on the inside. Lucas is there for a second touch. Good players get 2 touches in the movement, and when he steps up in the 10 position, in the wide channels, he's dangerous.
Points are plenty thus far in Santa Fe as Harrison looks for the touchline and finds it.
And all of a sudden, England's forwards are trudging backwards. What a game we've got here. The last game of the day in Santa Fe. The last game of the tournament, actually, in the Crier Club in Santa Fe. What a time we've had here.
Been a brilliant venue. We've had perfect conditions for most of the time. Bit of cloud cover now. A fine mist of rain just over the Crier Club as England win that line out. And nice little backline play, and Vunipola in some space. Slips it to Slide Home. He puts it in behind. Chased by Hodge, but Tui wins the race.
Good decision from Sayona Tui. Came across to help out from his wing, and it's a difficult bouncing ball to judge. Lovely little run-around play from England. Cameron Redpath went into first receiver, and then the ball out the back to Manu Vunipola, created the space on the outside.
Harrison drills it downfield into the England half, but big Russ Tuima winding up, runs it back, runs into 2 Junior Wallaby front rowers. Kenny to Hayes. 2 front rowers taking it for a rumble.
Some big boys out there, Andrew.
Redpath got the flat ball to Tuima. It's untidy for England, but they're still in control. Hinkley. Abrasive run from the England back rower. Vunipola. A nice little backline move once again as Redpath looks to get on the outside. Slips the ball to Hodge. He's brought down by Walton. England putting some phases together now on the attack. Maunder, Capstick on the angle. Still going, they're close. Maunder gives it to Hill, who crashes over.
Oh, what a fantastic try from England. Building phases. Great back play, passes out the back into the wide channels. And the big ball carriers like Ted Hill, 1 full test cap to his name for England against Japan last autumn. And
All clear, Greg.
Thank you.
my, this is a physical game. Will Capon has taken the 2 jersey away from Nick Dolly. He's playing well. Maunder's dictating things from the base. And the big carries coming in. Capstick everywhere again. And here comes Hill from depth. And he's just too much for Australia to stop. Game on again.
Tell you what, 3 tries to 2, and we haven't even hit the quarter of the hour mark.
Well, even though both sides pretty much know which tier of the competition are in next, they're not holding back, are they? As Hodge slots the 2 extra.
21 plays 12. Quarter of this match gone. Capstick just held onto it. A big carry, and then Ted Hill like a wrecking ball on the angle.
Lots of options, England, in the carrying department. Russ Tuima, a full 129 kgs. Kapoku, 117. Joe Hayes at 127. Then Ted Hill piling over the line.
Harrison kicks it deep. Drops it right on the 22. De Glanville stepping. Try scorer Hill. Shaped to pass. Took it into contact himself.
Use it, nice. Boys,
Sam Maunder being told to use it. This time they shift it. He shaped the box kick and sent it wide. And Dingwall slips a nice ball on the outside to Slide Home, who puts the hammer down. Slide Home into the 22. Flat ball to De Glanville running along. De Glanville stepping. They're just 5 out. They've come 60 metres, England. and have the junior Wallabies on the back foot. England have numbers. Dingwall floats a long pass out, and Ted Hill scores another try. 2 tries to the England back rower in 2 minutes.
Another brilliant try from the England players. A good tactic against 14 men from deep to play it into the wide channels. You can see that the space is there. And already, the 23rd minute, it's a bonus point try for England. Who would have believed it? And the attack from deep. Brilliant play from the skipper at both ends. It was he that gave the pass out the back door to slide home. And then the long pass to Ted Hill for his brace of tries in as many minutes.
Oh, it is a points fest here in Santa Fe.
Well, we didn't know what to expect, did we, Andrew Swain, from these two teams coming into the last game. But then, wow, what a start.
Junior Wallabies coaching staff, Jason Gilmore, he said that winning's a habit. They wanted the clean sweep, but right now they are massively under the pump. England with a big lead, and Aussies playing with 14 men. Hodge to make it 28. And strikes it sweetly between the uprights. 28 plays 12 with just 24 minutes gone.
We better get a coffee at half-time, Swaney, because England really haven't shown up so far this championship. There's Dingwall's pass out the back. There he is, the first receiver, floating a lovely pass over to Ted Hill. Well, if they have disappointed in match days 1 and 2, they're not disappointing in match day 3.
And that man Hill, in everything, takes the kick off. We're going to run out of room on our score sheets here. It's going to be a cricket score. Cricket World Cup obviously being played in England at the moment. Wanda just doing some tidy work inside the ruck. Lucas underneath it. Kapoku bearing down on him, and Hodge makes the tackle. England effect the turnover. Hinkley was right there.
Well, Sam Moore and his box kicks are really causing the Australian back three some problems. England really have their tails up at the moment.
And they'll go to the corner. Nothing to lose, this England team. 28 points to 12. A red card after 2 minutes to Patrick Tarfer from the Junior Wallabies, if you're just tuning in, and already 4 tries to 2.
Another great left-footed nudge there from young Josh Hodge. He's really impressed. Made his debut for England 20s against Ireland in the Six Nations. Scored a try, in fact. Started at 15 in the last game, playing on the wing. Here, goal kicking. He's some prospect.
Capon
6, I think.
Throwing in. England looking to strike another dagger. They steal it though, the Aussies. Frost, that's his second line-out steal, but it will not end favourably for them. It'll be a scrum to England.
Maybe looking at the last scrum, Andrew, then that's a worse outcome. A little bit of panic as he dived over the line over the ball. And England fancy their chances in this department.
Time off.
Josh Nasser just getting some attention for the Junior Wallabies.
Martin, okay?
His father, Brendan Nasser, played for the Wallabies back in 1991 World Cup. Here's a look at the table as it stands, Sean Holly.
Well, you can see the predicament England put themselves in.
K3?
Yeah, if England get the bonus point,
good.
It means they've got it already. That means they won't be in the relegation playoffs in this tournament. So that'd be a relief for Stephen Bates and the England coaching staff.
Yeah, well, it would have been a goal after the first 2 games. They won't be in that top 4 set of games, but they won't be in the bottom 4. They'll be playing for 5th place, between 5th and 8th. And it looks like that could be shaping up as an all-Northern Hemisphere group.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
Can England put their foot on the throat here of the junior Wallabies with less than half an hour gone?
You can hit and hold, and you can take a weight more than you are.
Real difficult situation for young Henry Robertson at 9 here. The man down at the back.
Not get tired.
You've got Russ Tuima, who can potentially be running it at you at 129 kilograms.
Slow and controlled. No excuses.
If they decide to go out to 10 to Vunipola, then he'll have to get around the back of the scrum, Phil on the inside.
The Aussies having to make a lot of tackles. They've already missed a lot of tackles, something that we're not used to seeing from this Aussie team.
Yeah, that's that space created by the extra man, the red card to Patrick Taffer. The Aussies have been tight in defence, but they've been stretched by this England team today.
Bind.
England with the short arm. You'd suspect they might pack this one down again.
Yeah, I think the only thing that is doing is just reinforcing to referee Craig Evans that they're on top.
Hold the time in 3, don't come in early.
Bell, Cotton and Nasser in the Aussie front row against Kenny, Capon and Hayes.
Will Capon's an interesting one. Bristol Bears player, 19. He's a late call-up, hadn't played in the Six Nations for England, but retains the 2 jersey after his performance against Italy.
England doing real damage with their carries.
Look at the meters, using that space on the outside. Intelligent play from captain Fraser Dingwall.
Wanda puts it in, and England now get the drive on. Tuima in control at the back, towing it forward. It'll be a penalty though.
That's a free kick followed by a penalty. England going forward, and knowing Craig Evans as I do, his mindset will be one more and he'll be under those sticks for a penalty try.
It's the yellow card coming to question there as well. So the Aussies could be playing with 13 men.
Under pressure.
Potentially.
Let's go, lads.
Decisions for Craig Evans to make. Big job here for Nick Frost and Trevor Hosea in the second row for the junior Wallabies. Need all the strength, but they got nobody behind them. No 8, as you see there.
Bind. Set.
We're looking to just lock it down, the junior Wallabies here. But the England side looking to put the foot on the throat. And then once again, they're driving inch by inch. Tuima in control.
Use it.
Been told to use it, and Henry Robertson does well on Russ Tuima, but it's another penalty to England.
Here we go. There's Craig Evans' mindset. Bit of inexperience at 8 there from Russ Tuima.
There's no need of a penalty try. It went up. They're giving a penalty. White to go in square and legal.
Sorry, square.
It's going square and legal, and under pressure, your players are popping up.
Okay.
Please, I would, and stay in the... Yeah, of course, stay in the battle, please.
That's basically Craig Evans saying, if it happens again, you know where I'm going. He mentioned the words penalty try. And Russ Tuima doesn't need to do anything until Craig Evans says to him, use it. And he was in 2 minds there.
Scrum.
Got away with it.
Henry Robertson made the spot tackle. Boy from Scone. Back in Australia, I'm sure they're up watching in the New South Wales country town of Scone. But yeah, Tuima, a big man, just needs to control it for England at the back.
Square out.
Go at him again, Hazy.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Hold it.
Junior Wallabies been told to stay square.
Keep it up.
England put the show on, a better scrum from the junior Wallabies. Now they get the momentum, but they drop it out the back. And de Glanville stepping. De Glanville is over for England. De Glanville scores England's 5th try.
Well, England showing a great deal of maturity there. Tactically, kept the ball in until the referee, Craig Evans, said use it, then quick ball from Sam Maunda.
When the scrum was really steady with the ball in the back.
You see out the back, Bunny Pola, and de Glanville recognised that the junior Wallaby defence was streaming hard across field. Step one, step twice, McCray couldn't stop him.
McCray covered some ground to get there, but couldn't stop him in the end. De Glanville with the fancy feet.
It's the old 1-2, isn't it? You know, you're going for the push over, the penalty try, and then all of a sudden when you have to use it, if your backs are ready, they get their spacings right. Boom, you're over.
The old 3-card trick. Hodge. Been perfect off the boot thus far. And England putting in a brilliant performance here in Santa Fe. Hodge strikes it. It's a sweet strike. Flags go up. 35 points to 12. 33 minutes gone.
Right, it's a beautiful strike of the ball. Josh Hodge hasn't missed today. Lovely left foot on him. And England really put in the junior Wallabies to the sword. They look a sorry sight, 14 men. I'm sure Patrick Taffer is feeling a little bit sorry for himself.
Harrison down to Hodge, who thumps it downfield. It's a booming kick from Josh Hodge. Sits up for Isaac Lucas though. He shifts it across to Harrison. Harrison under the pump, had to rush the kick, but he finds some grass. It bounces back in field, and it might sit up. Oh, de Glanville dived on it to save the day. And McCray over the ball now, wins the turnover. What a chase from the junior Wallabies.
A couple of great kicks from either side there. An lovely raking kick from Hodge again, and Harrison under pressure got it away. Glanville did well, but McCray, my goodness. How good is he over the ball? You have Hooper and co. Pocock, George Smith of old, and now this young man, McCray, the captain of Australia under-20s, showing up again. Yeah, proud history of wonderful number 7s in gold, and McCray, he's certainly shown all the hallmarks of one of those. Of course, he's got 5 tries as well in 9 under-20 appearances for Australia. Played all the games last season, championship.
As Nwangani Dawasi bumps off the first tackle. McCray has to go in there digging. A small knock on though. McCray.
Typical, he prays him up.
It might have been Nwangani Dawasi just making the offload to Lalesio. The junior Wallabies, they can't afford to make errors like that with 14 men and down 35-12.
Yeah, absolutely. England are at 62% possession at the
5
moment.
minutes to go, Craig. 5 minutes.
When they do have the ball, they need to keep hold of it. You see 2 handling errors to zip from England.
Keep the shoulder all the way out.
They have to cherish the possession they have, the junior Wallabies. Make the most of it. Otherwise, it's going to be a long second half.
Harry Wilson there with his back row partner McCray, both from the Brothers Club in Brisbane, Australia. England will look to win this for a penalty, but the junior Wallabies locking it down nicely. Vunipola puts it out on the full. The flag goes up.
That's a decent clearance from Vunipola, just going about his business quietly. You have to say the Fraser Dingwall, de Glanville and Cameron Redpath really pulling the strings in the midfield.
Take a team with you.
Much more balanced look to this England backline. They shuffled about for the Italy game.
Hosea wins it. Harrison takes it to the line. McCray double teamed by Tuima and Hayes in the midfield.
2 biggest guys in the field.
Wilson runs it back on the angle. Angus Bell has to pick up the loose ball and beats the first couple. Solid But the turnover has been made. England, once again, it is Ted Hill. He's been in everything for the England side.
Yeah, showing seniority, Ted Hill. But Cameron Redpath, the centre, was there with him too. Isolated Angus Bell, the loose head prop in his carry. And England sniff it out. Another chance for Hodge to pump them downfield.
Hodge puts it into the 22.
He rarely misses the 22 on those touch penalties. You see Bell got isolated. There's Cameron Redpath along with Ted Hill, a double trouble. And the late arrival of Josh Nasser, not enough to save the day.
Aussies
Boys,
penalty
can we
count
quicker,
really creeping up.
Can we quicker forward, please?
Of course, they're down to 14 men. You can see the red stripe on your screens above the Australian symbol. That happened after 2 minutes as Capstick brings it down. Capon in control. They're moving backwards though at the moment, England. Now Maunder goes in digging. Redpath shifts it along to Dingwall, his centre partner. Capstick again, driven sideways by Harry Wilson. Kapoku ran into the shoulder of Nasser, but did well to hold his feet and chew off a couple more metres. Kenny, England just wearing the junior Wallabies down here, and Capon popped it up off the deck to Tuima. They're very close. Capstick standing over it, looking to direct traffic. Hinkley over it now. Hinkley drives for the line and he's over. Aaron Hinkley with another try to England. 40 points to 12, kick to come.
Well, England just relentless at the moment. Big carries coming in, taking its toll on the junior Wallaby defence. It's time off.
Santi, can you hear me?
Yes, Craig.
Okay. On-field decision is try. Can you check that that he didn't lose control before grounding it, please?
On-field decision, try, checking grounding.
Yes, check there's no knock on before the grounding, please.
So a clear message from Craig Evans, but just the carries coming in. Joel Kapoku getting involved. Capstick is everywhere. Here we got it.
Is there a chance maybe you can just look at that?
Of course, of course.
We're trying to get a bit of play with 40 men down. Thank you.
It's difficult to see from that angle.
Here's Hawkeye.
He's got the ball, but we can't see whether or not he's lost it as his body covers the ball. And if there's no sufficient evidence, then TMO Santiago Bosani will just have to go with the on-field decision, which, as we know now, is try.
Looks to be a hand sitting over the top of the ball.
I don't have compelling evidence, of the forward pass of the ball was not, so you may have to try.
Okay.
Try it is to Aaron Hinkley.
Thanks, Santi.
Sixth try.
Well, this is a lesson for not making dangerous high tackles, getting a red card early in the game, costing your team any momentum.
Hodge chips it over, 42 to 12.
1 minute to go.
Yeah, it was just slightly higher, wasn't it? There's a fine margin between red and yellow, but Pat Tafa crossed the line.
Yeah, his shoulder's gone into his throat area, as Craig Evans said, and it's a straight red, and the lesson is a harsh one. And let's credit England, even though they're playing against 14, they still have to execute, they still have to put them to the sword, and my goodness, 42 points in the first half.
Harrison kicks it off, and Hodge once again looking for touch down towards halfway. Junior Wallabies will have one last swing before half-time. Harry Wilson been very busy. Frost wins it. Robertson, Harrison, Lalesio. Lucas
Half-time.
puts it in behind. Tui chasing. Tui wins the race, but the flag goes up over on the far side. So that will be half-time. What a first we have just witnessed.
All clear, Craig.
Inglaterra 12, Australia 0. En Rosario, Sudáfrica 0, Nueva Zelanda 0.
White back, white 5. 5. Stay. Thank you. 18. Keep it up. Use it.
All clear, Craig.
Thank you, Sandy.
Resultado parcial. Inglaterra 33.
Tackle only. Hands back, feet back.
Maybe you can just look at that.
Of course, of course.
You're trying to get a bit of play with 40 men down. Thank you.
$42 points to 12. England lead Australia here at half-time. Australia down to 14 men with a red card to Patrick Taffer after only 2 minutes. And the Junior Wallabies with it all ahead of them, but it's England in control, Sean Holly.
Yeah, it's taken its toll, hasn't it, Andrew? There's a long time to play without a man, 14 men. And I'm sure Coach Jason Gilmore will start ringing the changes to put some fresh legs on, but you've got to give England some credit. They have put the Junior Wallabies to the sword, scored some fantastic tries, well led by centre Fraser Dingwall, who's been instrumental in a number of them, and the faultless kick-in of Josh Hodge.
That's right, 6 tries to 2. England leading. The Junior Wallabies fought back to 14-12 with 2 tries of their own, but 4 tries in 20 minutes to England have really put it all ahead of the Junior Wallabies. Don't forget, it's Keep Rugby Clean Day today.
Yeah, it is. World Rugby have a big drive on to ensure of a drug-free sport. Our Sport of Rugby and Education campaign to deter doping and promote good ethics, assist the players in making the right decisions, and right enough.
Craig Evans blows time on for the second half, and Will Harrison puts it down into the 22. Hodge runs it back for England.
Use it!
Maunda gives it to Russ Tuwima, who came around to the short side. Big leg drive from the 129 kilo number 8.
Well, it's a question of pride as well for the young Australians.
They let it bounce, the junior Wallabies. It sat there and no one put a number on it. It was a knock-on, though, to England, so a let-off for the junior Wallabies. Redpath was away.
Yeah, Harry Wilson just left that, but nobody was coming onto it. As I said, it's a question of pride for this young Australian team. They're the Oceania champions. They were 2 from 2 going into this. And already Jason Gilmore has run some changes. 2 experienced players on. St. Messi, 2 posts come on in the centre. Will Harris also on.
Sorry. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Yeah, the junior Wallabies are opting to make it a full contingent in the forward pack. Harris. Robertson sets off downfield. Lovely run from Robertson, who popped a lovely pass to Harris as well. Junior Wallabies on the front foot. Bell to Lucas with a one-on-one inside to McWright, the captain. He got to his feet again and now gets to ground. Robertson, short side to Frost. He did the work to get around the corner, but he's been driven into touch. Lost it forward, in fact, so it's play on. And Hodge looking to counter. Wilson wrapped him up.
Use it.
England just a couple of settling runs.
That's a good tackle from Wilson, needed because England will look to counter-attack on turnover from everywhere with the extra man.
Use it.
Taking their time with the clearance, England. Maunda chips the kick up. Nwanganita Wasi is underneath it. Stepped the first tackle from Capstick, and then it was Tom Willis who grabbed him by the bootlaces to bring him down. Bell with a flat pass to Wilson. Wilson into space. Wilson so close. Pops it up off the ground. And now Alessio goes in for his second try. The junior Wallabies putting it through a bunch of hands. Put it down to Harry Wilson, running a beautiful line though.
Fabulous try. Craig Evans going to take a look.
The line break.
Okay, so you like to check a pass before the line break?
Whether it's not forward.
So the second pass, second last pass?
No, before the line break.
Okay.
Yeah, it was Angus Bell, the loose head prop, and a little no-look pass it
So
was.
on-field decision is,
This is the one.
try as we got a ground in.
Yep.
Can we just check the pass Nick is talking about, please, before the line break?
On-field decision, try checking forward pass.
Thank you.
Angus Bell, lovely deft hands from a loose head prop, and Wilson went through. Great cover tackle on him. Here we see it, number 1, Angus Bell. It's a no-look pass. He's looking out the back, and that's the one they check. It looks fine to me.
Santi, I'm 100 meters from the screen, so I'm not going to rush you. I'll wait for you to
Here
give me
we
the
go.
ball.
What a lovely bit of play from the prop. He's looking out the back to Harrison, slips it off to Wilson. Looks fine to me.
Yeah, he slips off the ball, doesn't he? He almost runs backwards, Bell, when he lets go of the pass.
Kapoku's looking out the back at Harrison. Therefore, now he misses Wilson. Well-constructed try, but I don't see any reason not to award this. That's flat. His hands aren't moving towards the try line. And then a good finish in the end. And we see it here. Looks fine there. Real time looks even better to me. As the Aussies pull through.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Santi.
There's a forward pass, so there's no try,
So Santi,
scrum, okay?
Wow, I'm
is it
amazed.
a clear forward pass by goal in the midfield?
It's
so
a
if you
clear
just-
forward pass, yeah,
Okay.
midfield, you okay?
I disagree. I don't think it is a
No
clear
try.
forward pass.
Clear forward pass. Santi, can you give me the position, please?
Angus Bell showing the silky skills of a fly
There's
half.
a location on the field,
They
please.
will have this try rubbed out, the junior Wallabies.
Move to the left. Move to the left. That's the
It's
mark.
a shame that such a
That's the
brilliant
mark.
piece of
Forward
play
pass.
from a front
Scrum
row
wide.
forward is pulled back. Surely that's marginal. But there you go, you have to go with the officials.
Look when it's stable. I don't want you to push down. Okay, keep that bind long.
But it's
Always up,
encouraging
never
that
push
the
down.
junior Wallabies have started the second half on the attack. Enterprise in play. Couple of substitutions.
Sione Tui coming from the field. Will Harris will shore up that forward pack that had lacked a bit of weight in that first half.
Crouch.
Samisi Tupou coming on for Joey Walton.
Bind. Set. Hold it.
And to hold the weight, England now putting the shove on. It's there for Maunda.
Ball out.
The scrum going forward, and so are the England side. Momentum takes them over halfway. Josh Hodge to Vunipola. Willis onto the field for England. Vunipola ran out of options, decided to go himself and slipped the tackle of Wilson. Henry Robertson brings him down. Kapoku to Adkins, who's on the field. Dingwall slips the pass to Hayes. A couple of front row replacements for this England side. James chips it ahead into the 22, but it'll run into the end goal, and Isaac Lucas will put it down. No pressure on him.
Well, England opting to just chisel it into the corner, maybe settle things down a little bit. A good start by the junior Wallabies to the second half.
Okay, you're going to kick now, Tan, okay? 3.
Will Harrison had a good tournament so far. The junior Wallabies fly half drills it down the middle of the field. And running it back's the replacement, Luke James. Slipped the pass to Tuima. Nice hands to Willis. Vunipola. Dingwall, who's been in everything today, the England captain, and gets it to his partner in the centres, Cam Redpath. Pass from Maunda. Can't find anyone. Slide home. Just to go back and tidy up. Maunda put a pass in front of Kapoku under pressure, but Dingwall gives the ball to Capstick. Dingwall again. Been so busy, the England captain, in this match. A real captain's knock. Adkins running the angle. Capstick again. Beats the first tackle. Richard Capstick up to the 5-metre line. Adkins very close, England now. Kapoku up with a head of steam. He thinks he's got it on the line. He has. It's a try.
On the line.
To Joel Kapoku.
Well, he's deserved that, Kapoku. He's carried hard today. Selected on the bench against Italy, back into the starting lineup. And he's really worked hard for his team, the Saracens man.
Ball came away, we played away.
Big carries coming in. Couple of carries actually coming in from replacements. Adkins, Nick Dolly getting involved, Tom Willis, and then Kapoku finishes it off. Well, a hammer blow for the junior Wallabies. A try disallowed at one end. And the big man,
Hold the kicker,
Kapoku.
please.
Craig Evans just having to walk around Isaac Lucas there to award the try. Saw the ball on the line. Just a slight delay here. We're going to have a look at it, actually.
Okay, Svante, you want a formal check on this?
Couldn't quite see the grounding from the angle we just saw.
Craig Evans has a big screen in front of him.
Okay, Santi, you by the screen, ready for... Here we are.
All he needs to do is touch a blade of that white grass.
He can place it, he can do something instantaneously. And if that is on the line, then it is a try. So he goes to ground and then he places it. Looks like a try to me.
Santi, when I'm looking...
Greg, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Santi. I've just
the
seen...
white player was short. So
he's short, and has he lost control of that ball, or is he just short? Because what I'm looking at on the screen, it looks like he's on the line, but obviously you've got better cameras to me to see down that line. So you're telling me he's completely short, so it'll be a scrum down, white ball.
Correct.
Okay.
No try.
Well, Craig was overruled. He thought it was on the line.
Scrum white.
Couple of
No problem.
interactions from the television match official, Santiago Borsani. And we've had 2 tries ruled out in this second half so far.
Interesting. For me, I'll sit in on the referee's reviews in a couple of days. And see what they've all got to think about that. But you have to go with the decisions. You have to go with the footage.
Footage has shown that you're short. You haven't grounded on the line. So scrum down, white ball.
Joe Kapoku is arguing he's probably the closest man in the whole arena to where that ball was.
Come on in, let's go, boys.
So this game's full of incident, isn't it?
Stay square, Hazel.
Hasn't been dull, that's for sure. What a game of World Rugby Under-20s Championship rugby. England with the lion's share of possession in the second half, but it's been all down their end.
All the way out.
That might change shortly.
Crouch. Okay, look.
Was it?
Just take your space and nothing more. Don't go head on head.
Yeah, let's go, boys.
Fine.
Let's go, all.
England 432 metres with their 86 carries.
I said in the first half, it's a harsh lesson for young players to learn, but as you look, you go a man down, there's the result in the stats. 86 carries for 432 metres. There's space on the field for England's attack.
Lots of space. Warnder has to use it now. He breaks out the back. Vunipola, oh, untouched. They stood off him. And another try to England. They finally get the 5-pointer.
A beautifully constructed try from England. They shaped up again in that setup. Vunipola, and I think it was Lucas in behind, 2 directly behind the scrum, and then the Wallabies have chosen to be a man down in the back line as long as they pick the right option. You see Maunda creates the extra back, out the back to Vunipola. He had another option. The defence reads it wrong, then it's try time.
Rosario, Sudáfrica 19, Nueva Zelanda 3.
Josh Hodge. Just waiting for clearance for that try from Santiago Borsani. It is a try. The points will stand for England after having a try ruled out just 3 minutes ago. Manu Vunipola gets the 5-pointer. Hodge puts it between the uprights. 49 points to 12. And the score really racking up now in favour of England. The junior Wallabies now just damage control from their end.
Exactly, James in behind Vunipola. That drags Lucas out. You see lovely timing from Maunda, and Vunipola didn't need his replacement fullback outside him.
Capstick wins the kickoff. Hill been prominent today. Vunipola, the try scorer. James took it for a run himself. Vunipola. Alfie Petch on the field. Water comes back to the short side. Dingwall to Willis. Willis galloping up towards halfway. Kapoku McWright in there digging, turns it over. Fraser McWright. That was unbelievable at the breakdown.
He's a bit of a one-man band over the tacklers. McWright, the captain, he's been absolutely fantastic in the 3 games so far that I've watched. But it's all he can do to just keep his team a little bit alive in the game. The game's gone clearly with a red card. Conceded 49 points, but they need some possession. They need to just get on top a little bit in this half. As for England, well, they're playing themselves into a bit of form, aren't they? Get themselves set up for their playoff match in 5 days' time. Yet to find out who that'll be against.
Yeah, there's still some permutations to work out. Harrison drills it deep into the England half.
Time off, 2 goal down.
Joe Cotton down, getting some attention from Wests.
13 white. 13
Bristol
white.
born. So playing against his countrymen. But in the gold jersey, Fraser Dingwall comes from the field. Had a brilliant game. Now it might be just a matter of giving some of the England players some game time, Sean Holly.
Yeah, Conor Doherty comes on. Started against Italy, the sailman, in his debut in the Six Nations against Wales. But Fraser Dingwall making his 3rd start in a row today. Deserved rest. He's been very, very good for his side today.
Junior Wallabies having to make a lot of tackles today, and as a consequence, missing a lot of tackles.
England too, though, shows how dangerous this Junior Wallabies team can be. Now, they won't be too happy missing 17 tackles.
Lonergan on for the Junior Wallabies. He finds his first line-out target. Alessio into the 22. Junior Wallabies need that injection of energy now. Wilson. Bit of help from Hungana. Steaming onto it is Harris. And Harris, crashes over. Wow. What a run from the big back rower.
Wow. What an intervention there from Will Harris. And he's a number 8 who can play and lock. My goodness, got a try against Italy and now bags another one against England. It came from nowhere, blindsided the defence, and then went outside of Ollie Slightorn, the cover in the backfield. Just look at this. Boom, athletic, pace. Round Slightorn, the fend and over the line. What a score.
Oh, even the cameraman had a hard time keeping up with him then. That's how elusive Will Harris was. And Will Harrison adds the extras. So the Junior Wallabies with 19 points.
Well, that's a try fest here at Santa Fe. And here we see it again. Look how athletic he is. Hands off Ted Hill.
Time off. Subs.
Lovely run from Will Harris from the Eastern Suburbs Club in Sydney. Bo Abra coming onto the field for the Junior Wallabies also. So some replacements being made.
Time on.
Unipola. This one is shallow. Pinpoint. Frost gets up there, but Capstick wins the ball. And now they swing it out wide. The England side, Redpath, putting on a bit of footwork, but can't beat Harris, who holds him up. The choke tackle. It's a maul. And they'll hold on. The Junior Wallabies will win the turnover. Will Harris making an impact.
Big impact. They did well. Look right in there again. The replacement, Bo Abra, just on in there, as was Lonergan. And I suppose at half-time, Jason Gilmore, if you had to set any targets for your team, it would be, let's get a 4-try bonus point out of this, salvage something, and the Junior Wallabies are up to 3. Just need the one more.
He was good with the shoulder. Just give me the same picture.
Tries to Alessio Lucas, and now Harris for the Junior Wallabies. Hill has a double for England. Dingwall, Slightholm, de Glanville, Hinkley, Vunipola. Spoke about a try-fest.
Sam Maunda goes off the 9s. Had a good game today. Here comes Ollie Fox, experienced scrum half from Bath. Started against Ireland, played in all Six Nations games.
Henry Robertson. Born and raised in Scone, will feed the scrum for the junior Wallabies.
Down the opposite side.
Henry Robertson has had a lot of work to do, hasn't he, for this junior Wallabies side?
He has. Difficult position. All the players have been put in a difficult position. They're still showing their talents, and both teams really entering into an entertaining game. But when you have that a little bit of space at this level, it takes its toll. England have capitalised on it. Look at the gain line success. 57 gain lines. And that takes its toll on the junior Wallaby defence.
They normally love defending, but with 15 men, the junior Wallabies, Harrison puts it downfield. James does well running back with the flight of the ball and throws a 30-metre ball across field to Hodge in the midfield. The junior Wallabies defence is there. Hodge elusive though. Hodge runs it up towards halfway. Brought down by Samisi Tupou. Still there for England. Vunipola looks up and spots some space. Doherty had to fight hard for that ball. Hill out in the fringes, the big back rower. 2 tries to his name today. Been tackled into touch though.
I'd be disappointed with that. Lovely play again from England. Lovely interplay. Vunipola. Toima, the big number 8, and Ollie Fox getting involved, but Hill just dragged out a touch on the far side.
Junior Wallabies really sucking in the big ones here. The oxygen. It's been a tough 60 minutes so far.
Forward down.
Harris just getting some attention. The try scorer, great individual effort before.
Okay. Okay, time back on.
Lonergan throwing in. A couple of tries to his name in this tournament so far. Lachlan Lonergan. Brother Ryan was the captain of the junior Wallabies this time last year. And it falls into the hands of Breen, who rumbles it up field 30 or so metres. Oh, Abra in digging. Frost. Had to play playmaker there, Nick Frost. Now the real playmaker, Harrison. And Lucas under pressure. Covered him relatively well today, the England side. And Ghana fighting his way to the turf here in Santa Fe. McCright can't drag that one in. Lucas spins out, but it's a knock on. And it'll be an England feed inside junior Wallabies territory.
Yeah, all the replacements coming on, showing a bit of life, aren't they? Trying to claim a place now for the playoff games. And there's Ollie Sly, Tom. Top meters in the game. Hodge has been fantastic too, and Toima putting another good shift in. 2 games in a row, but Ollie Sly, Tom already got 3 tries to his name in these opening 3 matches. Carving up the space.
All new front row for the junior Wallabies.
Bind. Set.
And with England as well. 2 new front rows.
Use it, 9.
Fox. A long ball to Redpath, who chips it into the corner. Pressure is on Wilson. Wilson has to just take it into touch. Clever play. They recognised there was no blind winger.
That's yours, okay?
Yeah, smart play, isn't it? Redpath's an intelligent player at 12. He's a playmaker and an extra kicking option. No left wing, and Harris did really well. Sorry, Wilson did really well, the 6, to get back there. Chance now for England in a prime position.
Can't win the line out though, Capstick. It falls for the junior Wallabies. They have a knock-on advantage. Robertson throws a long pass to Nwanganita Wasi. Inside to Lalesio. Junior Wallabies looking to run it off their own goal line. Now Harrison. Banana kick downfield. Into touch. Clearing kick from Will Harrison.
Well, they're having a go, aren't they, the junior Wallabies? Down to 14 men from the second minute. Encouraging each other. They're playing for a bit of pride. They're playing for an extra bonus point. 3 tries to their name.
The line will be yours when you restart, okay?
Alex Cole's coming on for Russ Tuima.
4 goals. Sub 4.
And Nick Frost also coming from the field. Carlo Tizzano will replace him.
Time back on, subs complete.
Plenty of subs being used by both sides. "20 minutes to play. They win the line out against the throw, the junior Wallabies. But the counter-ruck coming from England, and they win the penalty. Oh, pressure from the men in the white jerseys.
On your feet, please.
They're playing with real confidence, England now. So it's almost become a game that they're playing themselves into a bit of form, and they can take it to the playoff games. Steve Bates will be absolutely delighted, albeit a little bit upset that they had to do it against 14 men, but you have to put the Wallabies to the sword. They're not done yet, Andrew, as you said. A full 18 minutes to play.
Still plenty of time left. Don't go anyway. Get your popcorn. This last 20 minutes will be great here in Santa Fe. Redpath on the angle. Redpath brought down 5 out. It's been lethal today, Cameron Redpath. England in close quarters, reaching out and slamming it down. Willis. What a try.
Yeah, Cameron Redpath. Well, we know all about his dad, Brian. 60 caps for Scotland at scrum half, but the inside centre has been absolutely superb. And that man on your screen, Tom Willis from Wasps, he's been really influential since coming off the bench. Crashes over for yet another England try. Cameron Redpath side through, presented the ball back. Good clear out coming in from scrum half Ollie Fox. And then the little pickup, drive. Tom Willis, he had a lot to do, my goodness, what a try. And England over the 50-point mark.
Pure strength from Tom Willis. 110 kgs, the big man. Used every one of those to get his way over the line and score another one against the junior Wallabies. Hodge. Flags go up, 56-19.
Hodge can't miss. It's an easy one for him, but Cameron Redpath shown a lot of talents for me today. And Ollie Fox rescues with a good clear out for a scrum half, and then Willis, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys he had to beat in close quarters to get over.
Donaldson on the field, and he gets us restarted. Out the back play from England, and Hodge drills it downfield. Sits up for Donaldson. To Lucas. Lucas on the counter, brought down by Ollie Fox. He got up and went again. Isaac Lucas. Wanganita Wasi in some traffic to McWright, the captain. He only knows one way.
He has some engine, doesn't he, the captain, McWright?
England had a claim. They thought they'd won that one, but Ted Hill asking the question. Junior Wallabies still have it. Robertson, Donaldson, Alessio, Lucas, tapped on to Lonergan. Lonergan twists his way to turf. Abra. Tipped in the tackle and put it on the ground. Alessio flat ball inside to Lonergan. He got rid of it, Lonergan. England dived on it, and they might have turned it over. They have. but it spills into touch.
Go line out.
Nice play coming in from the Australian team. They really are not giving up. McWright is leading from the front. The scrum half, Henry Robertson, has had a decent game in difficult circumstances.
I never thought you were on the ball there. I never thought you were on the ball, that's why I called you
Still
off.
have another chance. They're looking for that fourth try, that bonus point, some sort of consolation.
We're going to keep the pace
Jason Gilmore's men.
Let's line up, please.
14 minutes to play. The meters made and the carries from England tell the story.
Yeah, they do, but Australia with half as many carries.
Oh, Henry Robertson drilled into the turf by Capstick. Having to run back and collect that one. McWright doesn't give an inch. The Aussie skipper, Lalesio, stepping into playmaker a little bit more, the man in the 12 jersey, and he slipped the pass away to Nwanganita Wasi, who fights his way upfield and puts the junior Wallabies on the front foot. Tizano, the man from WA. Wilson hasn't stopped trying all match. England win the turnover though. The ball was slow. Capstick was over it.
There's just too many junior Wallabies watching that ruck. Now England know they have an extra man and they go hard at the tackle area. You can't watch and wait for somebody else to do it when you're a man down, and it's taking its toll now as we move into the last 15, 14 minutes. Well, they haven't given up, have they, the junior Wallabies? They've dug in, they've scored some great tries, they've desperately tried to defend a relentless England attack, and
is he staying on?
And the penalties conceded, and mainly when they're in possession, holding on, it's really cost them the territory.
They are guaranteed a semi-final spot, the junior Wallabies. It's all about momentum for them now.
10 metres, lads.
They love playing in Argentina. They made the final in 2010. Back in Rosario. And junior Wallabies have done well at defensive line-out time, that's for sure. Tizano. Donaldson, long ball, can't find Tupou. Lucas has to pick it up off the bootlaces. Knock-on advantage. Vunipola comes short side to Doherty, who takes Tupou on. Front on. Hill. Redpath juggles it and this time loses it. And it'll be a scrum to the junior Wallabies. Ungana was fighting Redpath for that one.
Carlo Tizano's absolutely flying around the field since he's come on. Western Force man.
Yeah, look, that was
number 20 for the junior Wallabies.
Yeah, it's good to see representation from WA, from Western Australia in this junior Wallabies side. Of course, Carlo Tizano and also Michael McDonald, both from Western Australia.
That's a pretty good spread in this Australian squad. Queensland, New South Wales, Western Australia.
Canberra as well.
Of course, Melbourne, a few Rebels in there.
Bind. Set.
Yeah, not steady, that one.
I think if we forget about the red card for now, Andrew, we've seen exactly what talent England have in open play. Some of the backs have played fantastically well. Fraser Dingwall led from the front. His best game of the championships. Half-backs have gone well. Josh Hodge seems a real find, the Newcastle man.
Set.
Played with real confidence today, the England side. Red card aside. Harris, Robertson. Flat ball to Nwanganita Wasi, running onto it out wide. It's up and goes again. The big winger, 190 centimetres of him. Darcy Breen into England territory, well and truly. Donaldson, Lucas, second playmaker. Steps and goes, Isaac Lucas. Spot tackle had to be made by Redpath, and he gets up to his feet. It's still there for the junior Wallabies though. Lonergan inside to McWright. Tizano. Been an energizer bunny since he's come on. Breen again. Second touch for him. Robertson. Oh, lovely line from McWright, the captain, and he crashes over. Wow. He spotted a tiny opening, the captain, and that's the bonus point try for the Junior Wallabies.
That's nothing more than they deserve, the Junior Wallabies. They've kept going. They've played the last 68 minutes with 14 men, and they've had to withstand huge pressure from England. But they've never given up, and this man epitomizes their effort. Fraser McWright, the captain. 3 games on the bounce, he hasn't stopped. And you weren't going to stop him from there. It was that man, Isaac Lucas, who instigated again.
He's been dangerous around the edges, Isaac Lucas. And so the Junior Wallabies, despite a big loss here, will still come away with a bonus point. Something out of this match.
I'm sure Jason Gilmore would have set them that target at halftime.
Donaldson brings it back nicely. The flags go up. 56 plays 26 with less than 10 minutes to play. Rolled it in with one hand, didn't he?
He's a warrior, isn't he, McWright? And you weren't going to stop him from there, and I think this will give them a huge amount of confidence. They'll take on board the red card, the fact that they played without Patrick Taffer. And they've scored 4 tries.
We don't need, we can kick off. Because we need it for the phase, we don't need him here, so we're going to kick.
Manu Vunipola sends it high. Wilson underneath it. Lets it go through his hands, though it drops for Coles. Wilson has to make the tackle on him. Helped by Darcy Breen. Atkins, England in possession. Couldn't secure the kick off the Junior Wallabies. Vunipola puts it in behind, and Lucas has to work hard to shut that one down. McWright is back there. He's everywhere, the captain. And Nwanganitawasi with the big torpedo into touch. That's a huge boot.
Where did that come from? Nwanganitawasi, my goodness.
How good's the torpedo? I love it.
Old school.
So the Junior Wallabies will finish on top regardless at 11 points.
Sabby made you happy?
That is for sure. Their points difference, though, has been whittled down significantly in this match.
Yeah, we'll see the Junior Wallabies in the semi-final. It looks like Ireland and England will battle it out for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, probably along with Wales. And, well, we'll wait and see. Maybe France. It depends on the South Africa-New Zealand outcome in Rosario.
Currently 19-10 to South Africa in that one. Redpath.
That means we may see the New Zealand team missing out on the semi-finals.
What an incredible result that would be. It's so tight in this under-20s World Championships.
Leave it go.
England have the ball right now. 7 minutes to play. Vunipola goes high. Lucas underneath it. He's been dangerous. Shets down the short side.
White.
Oh, Abra. Oh, nice little ball to McWright. Once again, Fraser McWright into space and up into the 22. He's looking for support, gets up and goes again. Is there anything he can't do? The Junior Wallabies skipper, Donaldson to Breen. Oh, Bo Abra threw a lovely pass to Fraser McWright. Abracadabra. Magical. Lalesio. Junior Wallabies attacking with a bit of confidence now. Ball gets thrown into Craig Evans. It'll be play on. Breen. And industrious since he's been on the field.
All the replacements have played their part. Oh, and Wilson loses it. Such a shame.
Harry Wilson, he's worked so hard today. He's getting up very slowly. Looks absolutely out of energy.
Well, let's credit both teams. They've really gone at it hammer and tongs, haven't they? In difficult circumstances. And also a word for the man in the middle, Craig Evans. He's marshalled this game superbly well. We've rarely heard him. He's controlled, composed, made decisive decisions.
Inside.
And just look at the work rate in terms of tackles made. Both teams have had to endure, but the tackles missed. The 3 games have taken its toll. The red cards have taken their toll.
We've seen it all in this under-20s championship so far, haven't we?
I think it's a welcome 4 or 5 days rest for everybody concerned.
You drive out, and the ball goes outside 8, and you pass it back, you're taking it back.
Can't wait to get to those playoffs, Andrew Swain.
Oh yeah,
16.
down in Rosario. This is the end of action in Santa Fe, where we've been looked after beautifully. All the teams have been really well looked after by the Club de Rugby Ateneo in Maculada.
It's a case of mucho gracias, mucho gusto to all the people here in Santa Fe.
Muy bueno, habla español, Sean Holly.
Gracias.
We'll continue to call this game in our native tongue, English, for now.
Let's go then, lads.
It's been a fantastic
Greg,
3 match days up here. Seen everything on the field, off the field. Sampled the barbecue smokers today. That was outstanding.
Crouch. Bit of pulled pork.
Oh yeah.
Bang. Set.
There's one thing they do well here in Argentina, it's barbecued meat. But for now, back onto the field, Ollie Fox, Vunapola. And once again in position, Isaac Lucas is rarely out of position. Tupou will counter. The junior Wallaby slips the pass to Lucas, and McWright again, the captain, just in everything. Harris, who scored a brilliant try himself earlier on.
Advantage goal for offside.
High tackle, 24 wide, play
Angana. There's an intervention from the TMO.
Still advantage for
Lucas to Nwanganita Wasi, who puts on a bit of footwork out wide. Still there for the junior Wallabies. Lucas, Tizano beats the first tackle. Arlo Tizano over the advantage line. And Robertson's been brilliant today. Floats the pass over to Lucas, stepping. Isaac Lucas, he's wrapped up. But Donaldson doubles round and supports, and Nwanganita Wasi.
That's advantage goal from the penalty.
Nwanganita Wasi still going. Robertson, Breen. Junior Wallabies want to finish on a high here in Santa Fe. Robertson to Lonergan. Lonergan driving towards the line. They're lining out to the left, the junior Wallabies. It's slow ball. They're close. Tizano, close. And it's a try to Carlo Tizano. The junior Wallabies finish on a high here in Santa Fe. They'll be well beaten in the end, but they haven't given up, that's for sure. And Carlo Tizano scores his first try in this tournament. Wilson was just good work from the forwards. They only know one way. Lonergan with leg drive and power. And that's how the junior Wallabies scored this one.
All clear.
Thank you.
A couple of efforts from a couple of the big forwards, and then Tizano finally makes it over the line, gets the ball on the line. And the extras have been added by Donaldson, so it'll be 56 to 33.
1 minute and a half to go.
Wallabies fans proud of their efforts, but this England team have really shown their class in this one. As Vunipola goes high, floats it towards the touchline. It's been picked up, and England, James chips it forward. Too deep though. Isaac Lucas taps it and plays on quickly. Donaldson spots a bit of a gap, and running onto it is Tupou. It was collected high by Hill, and McWright still going hard. 79 minutes in. He's had to get through a mountain of work. Fraser McWright, Hungana. Up towards halfway. Squeezes out the side though, and Nick Dolly comes away with it. As time ticks down on the clock. Lost forward there by Coles. We'll have time for one more scrum.
Scrum goal.
8 tries to 5 in this one as the clock ticks past 80 minutes. Of course, a red card in the first 2 minutes against the Junior Wallabies. Patrick Tafa for a high tackle.
I'm not talking to myself. Let's go on with the scrum, please.
There's the table as it stands. Junior Wallabies will finish on top of Pool B with 11 points, and getting that points difference. There's a little bit of respectability as well. 3 bonus points. It's really been damaging for England. They drop below Wales in the seedings now. Of course, all that to be worked out. We'll keep you across that in the next few minutes. But what a result for England. A bonus point win after a narrow win against Italy and a big loss against Ireland in the first match.
Crouch. Bind. Set. Keep it up.
The wager the Junior Wallabies will roll the dice here. Harris goes open side to Donaldson. Lucas coming back on the angle. Tupou. Robertson, who's had a strong game, to Wilson, and McWright still going, the Aussie skipper. What a brilliant performance from him. Wilson flicks the ball back inside to Zano. And James looks up, kicks it across field. He'll put it into touch. And that'll be that. Full time here in Santa Fe. Match day 3, Australia against England. And it is England getting the victory, 56 points to 33. Of course, the red card really counting against the Junior Wallabies in this one in the first 2 minutes. But England showing their class, really putting the Junior Wallabies to the sword in emphatic fashion. They weren't disgraced, the Junior Wallabies, by any stretch of the imagination. They managed to secure a bonus point. And the Junior Wallabies will be the team that will go through from Pool B to the next round, the semi-finals. A lot of respect between these two sides. Junior Wallabies coach Jason Gilmore sure will have some things to work on, but some big performances from his big-time players. That man, Isaac Lucas. Russ Tuima had a big game for England. McWright, the captain. Incredible performance in a losing side. Isaac Lucas getting a try this afternoon, setting up a couple as well. He'll be a dangerous man to contain in the business end of this competition. All right, let's get some reaction from the victorious skipper. He's with Sean Holly.
Fraser, you were absolutely relentless at times in that game. Fraser, you were absolutely relentless at times in those games, scoring some scintillating tries. Is that what you're expecting to come to this tournament and achieve?
Yeah, realistically, we're pretty disappointed with our first 2 games, and hopefully from this outing we've shown that we can actually play a lot better, and this team's needed some confidence, and I think that's really chucked us into it.
A great personal performance and team performance. Have you played yourself into some form going into the playoff games now?
I think, as I said, this team needed confidence, and we've shown today that we can attack with some intent, and in the first 2 games we were disappointed with how we went, and I think that just hindered our whole campaign. But from now, hopefully we can kick off into the latter stages and enjoy the last 2 games.
Enjoy a bit of a break and good luck in the playoffs.
Thank you very much. We'll see you in Rosario, eh?
Certainly we'll see everyone in Rosario. Proceedings ending here in Santa Fe. Great sportsmanship between these 2 sides. England clapping off the junior Wallabies after a big performance. Let's get back down to Sean Holly. He's with the Aussie skipper.
What a performance from you and your team today. Take the red card out of it. You must be extremely proud of your players.
Yeah, I am. It's a bittersweet feeling, I suppose, you know, making the semis before this game and then sort of getting a red card 2 minutes in. It wasn't the start we wanted, and we sort of wanted that scalp, to be honest, but, you know, credit to England. They played really good footy and took advantage of the 14 men they were playing against, but, you know, super proud of the boys, you know, to play with 14 men for pretty much the whole game, and, you know, at stages in that match we were 40 points behind, and, you know, to kind of keep England without scoring too many tries in that second half and to put a lot more tries on was really, really pleasing. Super proud of the boys.
You went out and got a losing bonus point. Was that a target at half-time? Did it kick you into the playoffs?
I wouldn't say it kind of kicked us into the playoffs at half-time. You know, we kind of said at half-time, scoreboard didn't really matter. There was no pressure on us, so we just sort of wanted to go out in the second half and play the footy that we knew we could play and wanted to play. And, you know, I think we did that, and, you know, hopefully the crowd here got a spectacle, and, you know, it was really fun playing in that last back end of the 20.
It was a great game. Good luck. Enjoy your break. We look forward to seeing you in the semi-final.
Thanks, mate. Bring it on. Let's go.
Big words there from Fraser McWright. Bring it on indeed. Semi-finals coming up. Let's take a look at the pools. And Pool A, Argentina finish on top of Pool A after a big win over France today. France will finish second in Pool A. Wales with the victory over Fiji today. They finished third. And Fiji fourth with the 1 point. The Aussies, 11 points. They didn't get the victory today here against England, but they will go through to the semi-finals. Ireland defeating Italy earlier today. And here's a look at Pool C. This match in progress. South Africa and New Zealand. So it is 25-17 in that match thus far, with still time to go. So anything could happen there. Georgia beating Scotland as well in a big upset. Make sure you head to the World Rugby website and jump on the social medias as well, at World Rugby on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and use the hashtag World Rugby U20s for all the results and all the pool and semi-final action. It is goodbye from Santa Fe, where it is England defeating Australia 56 points to 33.